Welcome to Dual Vision XC4 installation video. First, we'll cover preparation and install power wires. Open the box and identify the PDC where the power wires are attached.
This is 18
Identify
gauge.
black and yellow and red power wires. Strip off a couple millimeters off of those three wires to install terminal as well as dual fuse adapters on each. First, install dual fuse adapter into the power wire, which is red color. Attach the wire with a tool that is tightly attached and secure. Make sure it's tested after tightening it. Then install in terminal into the ground wire. Do the same for proper installation. Then install dual fuse terminal into the yellow wire, which is ignition trigger.
Still gotta go inside.
Make sure the wire is properly attached. Then check the battery voltage by attaching the voltmeter into the battery. Make sure you measure more than 12 volts out of the battery.
As long as you get that. Well, I'm gonna start from.
Then open the fuse block and tap into the fuses. Two types of fuses. The fuse that is always hot when the vehicle ignition is turned off, and another fuse that is hot when the ignition is turned on and turns off when the ignition is off. We're going to use that fuse for trigger wire to turn on the DVXC4 unit when the vehicle ignition is turned on. Once you tap in and identify which fuse to use, then you prepare installing power wire and ignition trigger wire and also the ground wire into the vehicle.
So we'll be using this one and this one. We good? Yeah, we gotta show. That's constant power.
Install power wire first with the dual fuse adapter. Pull out the fuse that you already identified as always hot into the bottom of the slot in the dual fuse adapter, and then insert the 2 amp or 3 amp fuse into the top. And plug it into the fuse slot that you pull out the power. Make sure everything is tight and secure. And then unplug the fuse that you identify when the ignition is on or off, that is triggers. So install that same fuse into the bottom slot of the dual fuse adapter. Install the new fuse, the 2 amp or 3 amp fuse into the top, the same way you did on the power wire, and insert the dual fuse adapter into the slot, the same slot. That will finish the power wire and ignition trigger wire installed. Now identify near the fuse box where you can install the ground terminal. Unscrew the nut of the ground terminal. Insert the ring terminal into the bolt, and then screw in, and make sure it's tight, secured. Preparation and installation of the PDC module. Open up the dashboard under the driver's handle. Identify a pillar near the driver's seat. Uninstall it using the automatic screwdriver.
You ready? Yes.
And pull out the PDC cable that connects to the recorder. You can also identify it as a 12-pin connector from the recorder. Thread the wire from PDC through the dashboard and go to the top of the windshield. Insert the cable as much you could to place in its position. And dress wire into top of the windshield into a slot of the ceiling. Adjust the length of the cable properly. Make sure you have enough length of the cable to attach the recorder cable into the connector. Dress wire with the proper length and make sure you can cleanly remount the A-pillar. Remount the A-pillar in its original position with the cable is inside. That finished the PDC mount. Recorder installation. First, take out the bracket from the box and use the hex key to loosen the bracket mounting brackets.
Can you do one more time? Sorry.
Once you loosen up using the hex key, bracket will be loosened. And adjust the angle of the bracket in its proper position, considering the angle of the windshield and the position of the bracket should be 90, should be in degree.
Okay, now the vertical. All right, looks good.
Apply primer into the bracket where the BHP tape is going to be placed. Take the permanent tape and mount into the bracket. Then make sure your windshield is clean with the wipes or primer prior to install the bracket into the windshield. Now attach the bracket on the windshield. And thread the wire and connect the 12-pin connector into the PDC cable. And hide the connector and cable on the sill. Mount the recorder into the bracket from top side down and lock the lock on both sides. If you want to take out the recorder, use your key that is provided inside the box. Open both sides of the box. Once it is open, hold the bracket and pull the recorder from the bottom to take out the recorder. Now, preparation and installation of the 4G cellular modem. First, identify the white cable and plug the power and USB data port into the modem, and secure the cable in the strain relief slot and use the wire tie to tighten up. Use the cutter to cut the remaining wire tie.
Yep, this is good.
Second, install the patch mount 4G antenna onto the windshield, under the windshield near the dashboard, and then dress the wire inside dashboard.
Primary.
Pull out the cable and identify the MIMO 1 antenna cable. Attach it into the primary.
MIMO 2.
And identify the MIMO 2
Second
attaching
connection.
to the DIV port of the modem.
Okay, good.
Where's the connector?
Then connect the USB port of the modem into the PDC's USB port.
Okay.
Plug it in and use electrical tape or heat shrink tool to cover the connection and secure it. Put enough electrical tape, wrap around it so that it wouldn't lose when the vehicle is in operation. Cover on both sides of the connector with the electrical tape so it can be secure. Now, plug in external driver button into a port on PDC and mount the external driver button where driver can be easily reached. And wrap around the rest of the cable and the wire of the PDC and place it under the dashboard. And remount it back all the loosened pieces that you took out before the installation of the XC4 into the vehicle. You can place the PDC either under the dash or under the driver's seat if the space is provided. That finishes the installation of the XC4. Make sure you turn the ignition on and you can see all the icons on the LCD properly and confirm. Thank you for your watching.